Hey everybody, it's Rob. We're back. We're going to do another Proving Grounds practice walkthrough. This time we're doing a machine called PyLoader. It is rated as intermediate and it is a Linux machine. I thought it was fairly easy, so either I'm getting better at these or I'm just picking easy machines. And I'll be honest with you, I've been working on the easy machines. So without further ado, you can see I am connected to Offsec's VPN and I do have PyLoader spun up. One thing I will caution you, this PyLoader machine is slow. Now I've done this machine over 2 days and both times I connected to it, it was slow. So I don't know if it's an Offsec issue or just this particular machine. So first thing as always we did was we ran an nmap scan, service version detection T4 all ports, aggressive, and only two things came back. 22 and 9666, which is a TCP port, and it says Cherry Pie WSGIS GI server. So, you know, not much to do here except check that. So I went to the web page on port 966, and it takes you to this PyLoad login. Now, there's no other information like versions or anything like that. So I did a search for PyLoad default credentials, and it says it's PyLoad. So let's try that. PyLoad. And again, I'm going to just caution you, this box is just so slow. So it is going to log us in, and to kind of give you an idea of what's to come, we're going to be able to get the version doing this. And I'm not going to wait for it to load so that you can see the version. Well, maybe we will because it's pretty close here. So we'll go to settings. I think it was under. Spoiler alert, I believe it's 050. So let's just see. General? Was it under general? No. Web interface. Nope. Oh, I know where it was. Info. So you got to click on this info button over here. And it's still churning. So, okay. Yeah, here's the PyLoad version. It's 0.5.0. So like I said, you just click on that info button and you'll get, this is all the information you need. Thankfully, you don't have to mess with this too much because this app is so slow. The machine doesn't seem slow, it's just this app that seems slow. So I did a search for PyLoad exploits for 0.5.0, and I found this pre-auth remote code execution, and it's for CVE 2023-0297. Now I looked at this code, and I really wasn't following what it was doing, so I moved on. I actually looked for something that was a little bit easier to figure out what we were trying to do, because this was asking for commands and stuff like that, and I just said there's got to be an easier one out there, and I found this one. Jacob Eben, thank you, Jacob. If you look at the exploit, it's pretty simple. You will need to, it's more along the lines of what you would expect, where you have to provide the target server, the target port, the attack machine IP address, and attack machine port. It does everything for you. So if you look at this code, it is going to require a Python virtual environment, because I know for a fact like term color and requests are not two modules that are typically installed. So I deleted it, so I'm going to show you, so I can show you again how to do all that. So we're just going to click on download, and I'm going to go to my file explorer. I'm going to go to downloads, and I'm going to move this exploit.py to my home directory, and then I'm going to actually grab the CVE number. Let's see, right here. And the reason I do that is because I like to create folders with the CVE number, and then I save them. So CVE 2023-0297, create, and then we're going to drag this exploit.py into that folder. Open it up, open terminal here, we'll do chmod, and it's actually exploit. .py. Now, like I said, we need to create a Python virtual environment. Now, you've seen me do this many times. It's very simple. You do Python 3. The module TAC-M is going, the module is going to be venv for virtual environment, and traditionally you would call it .venv. So we're going to hit enter. That's going to create our Python virtual environment. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to run the code so you can see the error you get. Copy, paste clipboard. Now, we do have to start a listener, okay? Let me just make sure the IP addresses, everything is good. Yeah, and we have to start a listener on port 1234. So we open up a new terminal. We go netcat nlvp on 1234. So we go back to our code here, and we hit enter, and we're going to get an error because it says no module name requests. So to install requests in a Python virtual environment, you do venv bin pip install requests. It installs requests for you. Now we can try and run the exploit again. Didn't work because we need term color. So now we'll just get rid of requests and we'll write term color in there. Term color is installed. So now we'll clear the screen and we'll try and run the exploit again. Success. Reverse shell, check your listener. So we're going to go to our listener, and sure as God made apples, we got a root shell already. So that's what I mean. This machine was rated as intermediate. I thought it was fairly easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go cd root. We'll do an ls. You can see the proof is text, proof.txt is there. We're going to go cat proof.txt. And there's the flag. So it was a pretty easy machine. We just had to figure out two things. We had to figure out what was running on port 9666, which is PyLoad. Then all I did was I searched for default credentials for PyLoad, which is PyLoad for username and password. Logged in. I didn't even mess around. I just went in there and looked for the version. Found the version, searched for an exploit, found the one on exploit.db, wasn't feeling that one. So then I did a search on the CVE exploit in GitHub. And I came up with this gentleman's, Jacob Evan, his exploit. His exploit worked great, just required the typical things that you would need, which is the target machine and port, and then the attack machine and the IP and the port you want to listen on. We started a listener. We ran the exploit code after setting up a Python virtual environment and installing some modules, and boom, we have a root shell. So overall, pretty easy machine. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. I will put all the links in the description below. If you have any comments, questions, criticism, drop them below, and I will see you guys in the next video.